Kristaps Porzingis made his debut for the Golden State Warriors against the Boston Celtics in one of their toughest games this season. While it wasn't exactly the fireworks that some might have been expecting, it gave us a brief look at the different ways Porzingis could help the Warriors this season. The good news is that he was healthy enough to play. The Warriors went down by as much as 34 points before cutting the lead back down to as little as 11. That's when the Celtics stalled the Warriors' momentum and pulled away with the win. Despite that, there are a few good takeaways for the Warriors. Porzingis debuted with 12 points on 5 for 9 shooting from the field and 2 for 5 from deep in 17 minutes. While he had 2 turnovers, his intended role was evident. After watching him play, it was obvious what Steve Kerr wants him to do in this Warriors offense. If he can execute, he'll be able to fill in some of the gaps left by Jimmy and make things a bit easier for Curry while doing so. What was also evident was the fact that he hasn't had a lot of time with the team, so I expect the chemistry to build. Overall, it was great news seeing KP on the floor in a game that was likely the floor for the Warriors from here on out. This comes amid some not so good news, however, and that is regarding Steph Curry.
Curry has missed the past 5 games due to a knee injury, and he's out tonight as well.
George, I'm told an MRI in the last 24 hours on Stephen Curry showed no structural issue in his right knee, but he is dealing with persistent swelling and pain in that knee. The team is describing it as runner's knee. Stephen Curry works out individually as he did over the All-Star break, and afterwards he deals with pain and swelling. And so both the Warriors and Curry need all of that to subside before he can try to start to play again. And it's uncertain whether that will be days or weeks more away for Stephen Curry.
After an MRI, it was revealed that Steph Curry will be out for at least another 10 days before being reevaluated. So he'll miss a total of about 5 games, maybe more, depending on the results. While losing Steph makes things a bit more difficult, if the team can maintain a 500 record in his absence, there's still room to get to the playoffs with over 25 games remaining. Can the Warriors hold out until he returns? And what does Porzingis' first game report card look like? Check ball. Believe it or not, this game wasn't that bad. While it was a bit unnerving going down by 34 points, the B team showed that when the chips are down, they're willing to fight back. We've seen this before in a number of games. This team almost closed the gap that the Celtics created, so that definitely counts for something. Had Horford made a couple more threes, we might be looking at this game a whole lot different. The important thing, however, is that they kept the game within reach. Once they've dialed in with the new bodies on the floor and get Steph Curry back healthy, the Warriors will still be competitive. So how exactly did it go for Porzingis? KP came in to start the second quarter to replace Green, who started the game at center for the Warriors. Golden State was down by 4 points and things had been pretty smooth. The Celtics had gone on a run, but the gap was closed with some late quarter heroics by Will Richard.
Richard from straight on pure. Richard beat the clock. Hits it!
The second quarter gave the Warriors an opportunity to right the ship. KP's first touch wasn't a long-range bomb from the top of the key like one might have expected. Instead, a post-up isolation was the first move the Warriors went to. At 7'3", KP is a mismatch for 99.9% of the rest of the league, so he's an automatic size advantage. Green made the cut down the lane, but unfortunately it resulted in a turnover. The problem here is that the roles should technically be switched. Green isn't a shooting threat, so ideally he'd have to be in the post. With KP up top, he could either shoot it as he would have to do against the Boston zone defense, or he could cut down the middle otherwise like Draymond was doing, but get the easy dunk with his size advantage. The Warriors went to KP in the post a number of times because he fits really well into what they're trying to do. He creates the mismatch, he can either pass out of the post to initiate the offense for Curry off the flare screen, or he could shoot it from the mid-range. This shot will be huge for Golden State when Curry gets back, as players have to respect it as well as Curry. Outside of that, he doesn't seem to have any issues shooting, and his second triple of the night was from well behind the three-point line. This kind of spacing will be absolutely necessary for the Warriors. More than anything, it will help drive the offense by giving the team another gear when Curry returns. A win would have been nice, but considering the circumstances, the Warriors were able to get 17 minutes out of Porzingis, and even after the game, he thinks he could have given it a bit more.
How quickly are you hoping to build your minutes up and some of that?
I mean, honestly, as quickly as possible. Like, even tonight, I would like to go even a little bit longer.
The goal is to keep him at 20 or less until he can handle a bit more, which is the same as every other Warriors player coming back from injury. This should technically give him some time to get acclimated to the team before Curry returns, at which point he'll be playing with even more spacing and potentially less 4-on-5 scenarios. The second quarter was where the game got out of hand, and it was somewhat understandable as it was KP's first game with this group, so guys were caught out of position quite a bit. While they still didn't recover in the minutes without him, this was mostly because Draymond was having trouble finding himself on offense. His shots weren't going in, and he didn't have Steph Curry to pass the ball to on the floor. As a result of that, the 19 minutes he did play saw the Warriors unable to keep up with Boston's ball movement defensively.
I think with how vocal and how experienced Draymond is, also just a matter of time to find a good rhythm for him to see how I play and you know, like catch up. He already knows my tendencies from just playing against each other, you know. But yeah, to get that rhythm, you need obviously a little bit of time on the court.
The team still got good minutes from Guy Santos with 17 points, 6 boards, 2 assists, and 2 steals. With a +8 finish on the night in 32 minutes, he was one of the more competent players. He's also been very consistent and will always give you something no matter what. In the last 8 games he's played, he's only had one night scoring under double digits, and in that game, he filled up the box score with 9 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, and 4 steals. While he wasn't great from a scoring perspective in that game, what he's doing out there is the reason why he's still a positive plus-minus despite the loss. While Guy shot just 43% from the field, he was much more efficient at 56% from three-point range. Again, he's more than capable of playing in the starting lineup when Curry returns. It all depends on if Steve Kerr wants to keep the winning player out there and give him an opportunity to keep earning his stripes, or if he wants to pay homage to the veteran players. Are the Warriors going to try to win games, or do they risk a standoff with Silver? A dynamic with Santos, Horford, and KP could give the Warriors a huge size and shooting advantage. Pair that trio with Steph Curry and De'Anthony Melton, and you have a big lineup that can score and defend with the best teams. The issue with Porzingis has never been with his production. It has always been with his health, and since the Warriors have a healthy Porzingis, it is incumbent upon them to do what they can to extract the best performance out of him while Curry is healthy. This lineup not only gives you the best out of Curry, but it also gives you the best out of Porzingis. Finally, what we suspected is a reality. Quinton Post was nowhere to be seen in the rotation that was heavy with undersized guards. Despite his size, his IQ, his shooting, Post wasn't able to find a spot in a game where the team struggled to look like they were ready to play basketball in stretches. This is an unfortunate casualty of the acquisition of KP that I mentioned in another video. It's likely a strategic move to keep Post healthy in the case KP or Al gets injured or for back-to-backs. We could discuss a number of reasons why it might have put the team in a better position to find minutes for Post, but that's a discussion for another video. Overall, Porzingis made a very good impression in his first game. He had a great impact despite only being on the floor for 17 minutes. If we scale this to a 34-minute game for KP, we're looking at 24 points. As he gets more familiar with the team and gets up to speed, those assist numbers will continue to go up as well as his rebounding numbers, having had only one of each on the night. His ability to stay with Vooch and keep him from getting to the basket tells me that the Warriors will have very little to worry about when it comes to facing non-shooting bigs inside the paint going forward with Kristaps on the floor. Those offensive rebounds that the Warriors had been failing at could be a thing of the past if Kerr strategically deploys him down the stretch to keep games close. Let me know what you think of KP's debut in the comments below, and thanks for watching. Till next time, swish!